The WWC, what the world is watching.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just don't understand sometimes the moves that they make, the communications channels that they're picking, and I don't know. It's, it is what it is. It's I try not to harp on it too much because it's just like crying over spilled milk. You just kind of deal with what's in front of us and play the game that we're given because we all like the game, and you try to find the way around certain things are going. If you don't like them, then you figure it out. But I mean, there's a lot of people that are frustrated, no doubt, out there, and it's the stuff that it's unfortunate because we like the game so much and we care enough that we talk about it, and we have the vote. We put a vote out there for people to do in our Discord to say, like, what do you guys want? Like, what do you want out there the most? And they say things like, oh, give me blueprints, and let me make blueprints in the base. I'll tell you, what do we got? 9 minutes left. I'll tell you. Click on the link and see what top things people voted on in our voting game improvements. Okay. We created this website, right? You guys have probably seen it. And right here, like the top votes, so you got craft blueprints. Everybody wants to be able to craft blueprints or use their resources to make blueprints in like their gear factory. Generate valor in their base or research track. A simple one. Here's a simple one that people constantly want. Show the versus results for kill event after it's done. Stop having it disappear.
I complained about that too. I asked them. They said they would strongly consider that.
What are we considering? Just do it. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
They had some messed up reason. I'll have to scroll back in the WhatsApp. Let me try to find that.
That's so dumb. Such an easy thing to just be like, leave it up for a day. People aren't awake. There's so many people that are in Europe and different countries that don't even get to see it. They're not here at reset. They don't even see what the hell the score was for kill event. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I love this one. Like, honestly, for me, this would be one of my top ones, would be move and organize your inventory items. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was in one of my most recent ones. I like that one too. I can't get rid of that stupid tax thing from season. It's at the top and it drives
the
me
bank receipt or something.
Yes, my OCD can't handle it. I just want to put like my teleports and important things up there so I can click them fast. And it just drives me nuts.
Yeah, I can get to that. But I mean, honestly, that's what the thing that gets me is like free to play, low spenders. They just want to be able to get to their teleports faster. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you got your teleports like buried in the list, so it's just so dumb. I don't know.
I feel like they do it on purpose.
Yeah,
they know.
And you know what? Back in the day, it probably would make a lot of sense when you were trying to just get as much money as humanly possible, and you were making everybody as strong as you could, and you were just sucking in the money. It makes sense. But when you're doing all these changes and you're trying to do all these things, and you're talking about how we're doing it for the betterment of the game and to make your life better and to make the game better. Well, there's other things that are very easy to do. These aren't expensive, costly things that people are asking for. They're not asking you to redesign the whole game. They're just asking to allow you to edit your inventory to move items around. It's not hard coding to do. This is simple shit that they're asking for. Showing results on how hard could the coding be to leave the results tab up? You'd just be adding the Saturday results tab to the tabs that you already leave there. Like, just show the results. Hey, this was a cumulative result of the past week is right here. This was kill event. Or you wouldn't need to because you could see the kill event score if you wanted to, if you left the cumulative tab up. At least do that. Instead, it all just disappears. It's like, it makes no sense. And they've done it forever. It seems like these are such simple quality of life things that you could do for the game that just make sense, for people. They're not
out of it.
Great point. That's a solid damn point. Yeah. 2.5. Yeah. 2.5K. I like it. Maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they just hit that button so many damn times that they do it. So anyway, that's the new boss. I have not heard about the crystal boss coming out yet, though. Okay, I did want to touch on a couple more of these. So we talked about like what people were asking for, right? So Alliance Trade Store. They want to be able to trade diamonds, resources, valor, and speed ups, TPs with other members, even if there's a weekly cap. What do you think about that?
I think that's an awesome idea, and it could potentially be a bad idea all in one.
All right, let's see. What's your thoughts?
I feel like there should be some like guidelines for that, because I wouldn't want, like, take versus for example. I wouldn't want people to just bring alt accounts, because we have an alt account problem everywhere in the earlier servers. I would hate to see like people using alt accounts for that and exploiting that. That would be my only concern with the trade system.
Very good.
I do feel that if you've been in an alliance for a certain amount of time, and then like you should have some option of trading. That would be very cool. But that's going to be a system that'd be very hard to keep honest.
Yeah. No, I think you squashed it. Unfortunately, I think we've seen stuff go by the wayside with that, like gifts. Like there were gift things that people were exploiting because of the alt accounts. There's so many things in the season resources and season things, and bank investments, like different things people were exploiting because of those alt accounts. So it's a great point. They say more free teleports or 20 a week at a VIP store price instead.
Yes.
And I did hear that too. Like, why not increase like in VIP where it's, I think Bun and Becky were bringing that up, or at the Alliance, and the Alliance store where we have the contribution metals. Why only allow one at that? Like, why not put 20 in there and allow people, if they want, to buy them with the contribution, your contribution or the campaign medals, and put them in the campaign store. Because people have a million of those.
Mention that to the devs, specifically those stores is where they need to add them.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't hurt to add it to the honor store also. These things like that, like even the VIP store, like 3, there should be more.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's give people more options to get them before they have to pay that inflation.
Yeah. Yeah, I think an Alliance store, people talk about the trading store and stuff, but I think like letting you be able, because really what it does, which I'm a huge fan of, is contributing to your Alliance in regards to your tech, your Alliance tech, and donating your diamonds and donating things for those contribution medals. I'm a big fan of that. I think more people need to do that to help their Alliance and get your Alliance tech up. I think it's incredibly important to do that. So that would be great, because it would gear people more to do that, and it would allow people to use those medals to get more advanced teleports in another way other than just the spending diamonds on. So hey, that's a good one, guys. I like that one. This is an interesting one. They want to let R5s and R4s move Alliance members' bases.
Oh, that'd be so awesome! But I would troll people so hard.
Why? Because you would move them?
Oh, I totally move them out of punishment, like naughty corner. I used to have this thing in the Alliance. When people wouldn't read or they wouldn't follow direction.
Yeah.
We called it the naughty corner. We'd make them port to the corner of the map.
That's hilarious.
I totally use that as a disciplinary tool for sure. But it would be nice to have a perfect hive.
Yeah, no, it's funny. It's funny because it is funny. Like if you don't shield in kill event, you got to sit in the corner. Silly stuff. Kind of funny. You got to opt in it says like opt in by the members, so like people allow it. I don't know, maybe it's a weekly thing. Whatever. I know that there's a lot of people that when you're in their Alliance, we actually had this. I think when we had Nas on, they talked about Smith, who Nas over at it. 118, the members talked about how he is very OCD about lining up those bases. Got to be perfect. So this would give the ability for R4, R5 to just do whatever they wanted to line up the bases. I think that's kind of like, if you just want to structure and you just want to have it, then go ahead. Do whatever you want.
It would be nice to have, honestly.
But,
like nothing worse than double parked bases.
Yeah, it's funny. So then you had rewards. Now this is a big one for me. I believe in this. Rewards based on days played. So if you reward the loyalty and longevity of people that play. Like people are logging in every single game, every single day. Give them something for it, you know?
Yeah, the 200 VIP points, that should be increased for a daily login, especially as you progress. Like you should get a little bit more.
Yeah, what's more loyal than logging in every single day for 970 days? How we played this game, man. Right? Been logging in every day. Like, come on. Okay, so here's a good one. Slappy, they'll never do this because it's too much of an earnings, but VIP 16 perk of unlocking a fourth squad.
I mean, that's a good idea, but with the monthly pass, it'll never fly.
No, it's $25 everybody gets for having a fourth squad. They won't give up the earnings for it. But it's not a bad not a bad idea to give something more for a VIP 16 perk. Because let's be honest, VIP 18 gets your own base. You have some power bumps that are pretty damn good. VIP 17 gets what everybody wants, and that's the charge base. The fire. Everybody wants the effect. It's like the best effect in the game. Everybody wants the effect. So the VIP 17 is really like everybody's spending for that one effect. Everybody just wants. And so VIP 16, it would be nice to give more of something to make it like, oh, there's you get that when you're a 16. It would be kind of cool. So I don't know.
I would be on board with that for sure.
Yeah. Run Winter Storm, Desert Storm intra alliance or intra server for practice and fun. No rewards even needed. Just I think what people are talking about there is like a training tool. Like you can't we talked about this where you can't do anything on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You're not doing anything anyway. So I think they're like, hey, allow me to do Winter Storm or Desert Storm or something in Alliance so I can actually train people in here. And fight in your server as well for rewards and gold. I like being able to do something. It doesn't have to be these specific events, but I do like being able to do something where people can practice things like clearing ruins against one another. You know what I mean? Like that's fun. Like they can train. You're almost like a training ground for server versus servers and actual wars. Like you've been practicing together to do stuff. I think that's kind of fun. Squads, figure out something. And they'll do it in server. Separate, this is a pain in the ass. Separate the being attacked and help buttons. I totally agree. It's so dumb. If you have a help button and you never click it, underneath it is the being attacked. You wouldn't even know if you don't click the help. Did you notice that? You ever notice that?
No.
Yeah, so there actually the box pops up when where you're being attacked, right? It has that like the swords when you're aligned. So if you're a meteorite and your team is being attacked somewhere, it'll pop up to show you that your team is being attacked, right? You can see that.
Yeah.
And same with kill event. Well, if somebody wants the help button for their hospital, the help button goes right over the swords. So you can't even see it unless you click the help button. They got it in the same spot. They got both of them in the same exact location. It makes no sense. I'm on board with that. I get that. I always think of that with
those little things are good.
Well, I always think of that with Meteorite, Slappy, because so many people want to heal their troops during Meteorite. So, like, I constantly am waiting to see in my team who's getting attacked, because sometimes Meteorite, the fun for me, is just hopping around helping the team. Like, I wait to see somebody attack our team, and then that's where I go. Whoever's hitting her.
Yeah, I'm down for that, too. It's something I just never noticed.
QB18. Out. Hey, you made it to the end. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified when our next video drops, and continue the conversation with us over on our Discord. Proud member of Team UXW and Server 118. Congratulations to the team on winning Season 6.